Good morning, family, man. Hope everyone is blessed, man. I've been studying a lot, guys, and I've I'm going through Genesis. I'm trying to read from front to back all the way, the Bible. And I'm in Genesis, and I've been watching just Johnny Chang guy, Core of the Heart, and your heart posture. See, when you let your emotions override what you have here, when anger takes over, or jealousy, or envy, then it covers this to where it becomes like obsolete. Now, I'm going to give you a good example of this from the Bible. Now, in Genesis 37, Jacob's sons sell their younger brother Joseph into slavery to Egypt. In 39, Genesis 39, he has a dream he gets imprisoned, in 39 for, I believe, let me make sure that it's Potiphar's wife. Yeah, the guy that he is slave to, Potiphar, his wife, sees that he is fine or whatever, in terminology of today, hot, and wants to sleep with him, and he refuses because he has what's known as integrity, guys. And this is a very important quality, in especially this day and age when things are so dark in this world, man. If you don't know what it is, it means basically honor, to be doing the right thing even when no one's looking. But just for a side note, God's always watching. So she proceeds to tell him again when he comes in, after he's already told her no, to come to bed with her. So she grabs a hold of his cloak. Well, he leaves his cloak and runs out. What transpires from there is Potiphar comes home. She lies. Women are deviant and evil. It is from the beginning, guys. Just if you read the book, like, their nature is just, it's horrible when they want something and they can't get what they want. All right. I don't see that men are any different out here, but I'm just saying it's a lesson for everyone. Like, literally, this every life lesson you need is in this book. Now, so anyway, she grabs his cloak. He runs out. Potiphar comes home. She tells him that he tried to rape her and has his cloak as evidence that he ran out of the house when she screamed. So he goes to jail. They put him in prison. The king's cupbearer and baker wind up in prison in the next chapter with Joseph. Now, Joseph is touched by God. His hand is upon him in everything he does. They have dreams. He interprets them. God gives him the ability to interpret these people's dreams and tells them what is to come. He tells them it comes to pass. It's true. He tells the cupbearer, please remember me when you get out. Let the Pharaoh know about me. The cupbearer forgets him. Never. Okay. And people are like, well, why does God do this to me? Well, he doesn't. People do, obviously. That's why we have free will. So, cupbearer forgets him. A couple years later, Pharaoh has a dream. Well, he can't figure it out. None of his sorcerers, none of his people can figure it out. The cupbearer remembers, oh, well, there's this guy, when you had, my liege, you had me in prison, he interpreted my dream and the other, and it came to pass just as he said. So the Pharaoh sends for Joseph. he interprets the dream. Pharaoh sees that God's hand is upon him, basically puts him in charge of everything in the land. He tells the Pharaoh that the 7 years of abundance are the first part of the dream, and the 7 years of famine are the second part of the dream that are coming behind it. So the Pharaoh gives him authority to store a fifth of each harvest every harvest season, so that they may have grain. And he said it became so numerous that he couldn't even count anymore. Now, Joseph's brothers in the land of Canaan still have the same problem. The whole world does. So Egypt becomes the grain store for the whole world, where people are coming to buy it. So he enriches Joseph and Pharaoh to a great extent. So Joseph's brothers come and they show up. And Joseph's father doesn't want to send his youngest son, because he's already lost one, Joseph, because his brothers dipped his coat in blood, took it back to his father, and his father, well, surely a beast ate my son. So when they sold him into slavery. Well, Joseph sees his brothers. They don't recognize him, but he recognizes them. So in 44, Joseph sent them home once, told them they had to bring back their younger brother. He kept one of the brothers imprisoned until they came back with the younger brother. So, because this was his actual blood brother, unlike the other guys, they were just stepped through Jacob's other wives. Well, his father is like, it's been like, I don't know how long, maybe a couple years, and or less, however long the grain lasted. And he's like, I have to send you back. And they said, well, we will surely not see his face again unless our younger brother is with us. So finally, he concedes, lets the younger go. They get there. When they left the first time, he put their silver back in their sacks, and in the mouth of their sacks, and let them go home without paying for anything, gave it to them. So their father is stressed, and he's like, well, surely he'll keep my son if I send him. Make sure you take the money that they sent back, that they forgot to take the money for this time, and some gifts besides. So he goes. When he gets there, Joseph he puts his cup that he drinks from in their sack, so that it looks like the youngest, Benjamin, I believe is his name, stole it. And when they chased him down, he sends the Egyptians after him. When they chase him down, they find the cup, and it's because they said, well, surely we did not do such a thing. Your servants would never. Go ahead and search, and if anyone has it, may we all be slaves. The Egyptians said, no, you won't all be slaves, just the person that has it. So the youngest brother has it. They bring him back in front of Joseph, and they tell him to go back and get his father. He tells them right before this to send him back who he is. And that he wants them all to come so that he may take care of them in the land of Egypt. They'll get the best of ground, the best property, be taken care of, bring their flocks, bring their kids, their grandchildren, his grandchildren, Jacob's grandchildren, everyone. So they do so. He reveals himself to his father. They all have a, happy ending. But the story here, guys, is look at what they did to this guy. And what he said was, you thought you were doing evil, but it was through God a good thing. He sent me ahead so that I may prepare for what was to come. He forgave these people for selling him into slavery. Now think about this. What would you think about someone if they did this to you? And how would you react? You were imprisoned. you were set up, lied about, but then you were lavished with the greatest things. But instead of being vengeful and egotistical, this man brought his brothers in to his, his home, told them who he was, that it was actually for good, that God did the whole thing for good, and that it was all God's plan. And they were forgiven. Now imagine if that was you. Imagine your reaction when you seen these people. You would have had their heads lopped off if you had the power. Most of you. I mean, be honest. So, the moral here is forgiveness, guys. Because, in the words of my new favorite podcast video guy, Johnny Chang, your heart posture will allow you to stop your thoughts, because it says your heart is evil above all things. It says it in the Bible. So if you think and let your emotions, so when it comes in, like he says, if it angers you, upsets you, if it's envious that you are feeling, if any of that, you wait a minute, because the enemy's always on patrol. Your devil, the enemy, prowls about like a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. 24/7. He doesn't rest. His minions don't rest. So, if that thought is not from him, then who do you think it's from? Guys, it just amazes me the things that I learn in here. I mean, some of you are on the crapper for 15 minutes a day. Like, some of you do more scrolling in 15 minutes than, you know what I'm saying? Take 15 minutes a day and read this book. It'll change your life, man. His word is alive. It'll come off that page and move your heart in a direction that he wants you to go. They've taken this book out of everywhere. They didn't separate church and state so that the church couldn't get into politics. They separated church and state so that politics couldn't get into the church, guys. Because politics are at the root evil. Because power corrupts completely. You hear what I'm saying? Like, everybody who starts out with good intentions, that goes to the Senate, that goes to Congress, that winds up in politics, good intent or not, when you enter the swamp, you become a gator. You are who you hang out with. I hope this helps some people, man, because for those that don't read, that's what I'm here for, is to get his word and lessons out so that you guys can be reached through this scrolling and endlessly and all that crap that won't take the time to get in here. So I love all of you, man, and just know that he does too. I hope everybody has a blessed and beautiful day, man. Smash that like button, y'all. Subscribe. Share this with some people so that his word moves. I love y'all, man.